Pipe and Redbeard. Greetings, salutations. It is February, no, whoa, not February yet. Man, jumping the gun. January 27th. The year of our Lord, 2018. Housekeeping, early morning pipe in this Ohm Paul, some funky Prince of Wales pipe I got off eBay. It works. Draft hole's a little small, so it's a little different to smoke and pack and stuff. I actually forgot to, because the draft hole's small, you kind of need to pack it looser. I find that anyway, and I forgot. So it's a little difficult to stay lit this morning, but I don't care. Still like it. The Village House Coffee. Brave. Fantastic. Highly recommend it. So on to what I wanted to talk about. I bought my first drum set from Far Out Music, technically. There was a little consignment shop they had that was called The Force. It was right next door. And very first drum set I ever bought. Pearl Export. It was huge. It had 2 kick drums and I forget, 8 toms, 8 or 9 toms, I think, or something silly. And that was my very first drum set. I picked it up for cheap. I mean, it was a consignment deal, right? And I bargained with them or whatever. And that's what started my whole drumming thing, was that. And they're closing. Far Out Music is closing. And there's a lot of reasons why, but it's kind of sad in a lot of ways. You're talking, my drumming career has probably been, 22 years now. And, to think that someplace you've actually done business with for 22 years is going out of business, that sucks. But a lot of local places have gone or are gone or are going to be gone. It's just because of the way our world is functioning these days. I'm a heavy, and I'm just to blame anybody else. I shop at Amazon like no other. I do most of my stuff online, and it's just so convenient. But there are things that make sense to be a local purchase, and one of those being musical instruments. And that's always been a struggle around this area, which is the southern Indiana area, because there's not very many places, and they don't carry a whole lot. Like, there's tons of brands and stuff that I've never even heard, never even seen, just because we're such a small area that's just not here. But there's enough musicians around here to support local, good local music stores, I guess. And I think there's 2 things here that come into play, is that people who generally, by and large, open music stores are musicians. Musicians, by and large, are not very good business people. So there's that. The other thing being that it's not very lucrative. Like, if you really were, savvy, music stores kind of hard to really make money on, because there's so much competition out there with online retailers now. And some of these online retailers kill it. Like I do. I buy some of the stuff I can't get it around here off of Sweetwater. And, it arrives in a day, if not 2. And it's free shipping, and they got every daggone thing you can think of, and it's priced, really great. And then they got these specials where they got 24 months same as cash, 36 months same as cash, and if you're diligent, that can really help you pay off and get some good stuff, and that's what I've used that I don't know how many times over the course of my music career for whatever purposes. But drum sets, I've never bought a drum set online. I've always gone to Far Out. Sadly, the first custom drum set I bought was over in this other music store I ain't even going to mention. They were not around. They haven't been around for a long time. But not that I got a good kit, but it was just I should have bought it should have bought something at Far Out. But that was 20 years ago. So I think I'm forgiven for that. But since then, I've bought a few drum sets from Far Out Music because of just the way it's local. I could go in there. Tommy is knowledgeable. He's very opinionated. So, if you don't agree with him, it's tough luck. He's like, but by and large, it's been good. All right, and it's just a sad thing. I'm going up there now to see what else, closeouts and stuff they got. I don't know. It's just on my mind. It's like I think we as a people need to support our local businesses. And I've been meaning, I've tried to be purposeful with my consumerism to do stuff local as much as I can. So, but with how busy I am, and I think this speaks to a lot of Americans who are productive, we're busy, and I think that's the key here. There's not a lot of time to get in the car, pack up your kids, go somewhere, pick out something, and go to a couple, 3 different stores. I mean, that's just, I don't know anybody has a lot of time for that. We don't either. So maybe it's time I'm a little more purposeful for that kind of stuff. And maybe it's time for we all to be more purposeful. Buy stuff from local retailers, local artisans, stuff like that. Make the time. I think we're going to, you can't just be a Walmart and that's it. You can't just be, Home Depot and that's it. There's, if we don't have these little small businesses, that will kill our economy. And entrepreneurship will be kind of throttled. Then it makes it too hard to come out with a new Home Depot or a new, grocery store or something like that. You got to start small and build your way up. It's a rarity when somebody just wham buys a corporation and goes with it. Point being, we need to support our local people. Part of being a good neighbor, supporting your neighbor. Support your community that way. It doesn't matter what this isn't a political thing. This is just a, let's be good stewards of our communities. I guess that's it. So we'll see in here and say goodbye to my guys I've done business with for 22 years. Man, I was thinking about that. It's just a long time. Anyway, hope you guys have a great weekend. Pipe and Redbeard. Later.